Yo, people, what It's your boy C6. Welcome to my brand new show, Let Me Land, alright? Where we're going to discuss dilemmas, topics, rants, all sorts. I'm going to have some interviews, and it's just a chance to get to know me. You know what I mean? So, big up all of those people that are tuned in right now. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with your friends, and do all of that good stuff, alright? I'm going to give you a little bit of history, a little backstory to why this show even exists. Some may know me from DJing on the circuit in and around London. Some people may know me from DJing internationally. However, some may know me from podcasting. Okay, I'm on the Chalk and Cheese podcast, probably one of the most controversial characters. I guess some people, it's like I'm a bit like Marmite, it seems. Some people love me, some people hate me. And I guess it's a chance to get to know the man behind what you see. You get what I'm saying? You can also catch me on the Deck One, Deck Two podcast. That's where I discuss my DJing and I sit with fellow DJs and we have a lot of discussion about the music business. I've been on podcasts before, such as I had a podcast a few years back with the DJ Milk Tray, and it was called 6 Pints of Milk. It didn't really last that long. I also was on The Only Way is Essex podcast with my friend Esco and Dan. Again, didn't really last. I guess I've always been into talking. I'm a talker. I love to have conversations. I love to debate. I love to argue. I do. It's mad because I don't like it when they get heated. However, I am known for a heated argument or two. But I like to get engaged in that kind of conversation. I like heavy conversation. I like to focus on the conversation, battling points. One of my weak points is that I feel like sometimes when I think I'm right, I think I'm right, and that's a big problem. You get what I'm saying? It's the truth. When I think I'm right, and unless you come with something that is gonna sway my brain and let me think, oh, okay, it's very difficult for me to just change my opinion. Okay, so what I did, I put this out on my Instagram for a few people to ask me some questions for us to get started. However, going forward, all you need to do is get onto my Instagram at C6. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm doing this editing myself, so we're gonna see it. Maybe somewhere on the screen right now. Hopefully, I learn how to put my Instagram. So let's say it's gonna be here, and if it isn't, you just know that I'm not good at editing. But it's a learning curve because I'm gonna do it all myself. Something like I want to learn new skills. I'm about learning, and I'm trying to improve myself. So hopefully the information will be here at C6. That's CEESIX on the Instagram. Just follow me and send me a DM with a question, a dilemma, and hopefully I can bring my opinion to you, and hopefully it may make a difference, a positive difference to you. So a couple of days ago, I dropped the Let Me Land logo on my Instagram, and I started receiving loads of questions and loads of dilemmas just to kick me off. But one of the recurring ones was, how did Chalk and Cheese start? So I think it's only right that we have a quick discussion about Chalk and Cheese. Okay, so a few years back, White Yardie was doing a tour of England, the Talk My Mind tour. And on his tour, he had me as the DJ, Dizzle, Christopher Savage, Shabba. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, that was the five of us. We were on tour with Yardie in and around England, and the show was sick. You know what I mean? We was up and down, and we were just getting on. We were vibing. Now, we've all known each other for a while individually. So I've known White Yardie for a couple of years. We used to do the Wahala Clash together. I knew Shabba for a while beforehand. I knew Dizzle separately. And I met Chris in Turkey a few years back. But everybody knew each other, had their own little relationship with each other. So yeah, when we was on tour, we had a few debates. We called Enough Joke. And you know what I mean? We had quite a solid friendship. There was a big debate that sparked up about the jerk rice. As you know, White Yardie and Dizzle, they do the roasting videos. And at that particular time, they were roasting the Jamie Oliver food section when he come up with the jerk rice. What's Jamie Oliver? Yeah, I think it was, isn't it? Yeah. So when the Jamie Oliver come up with the jerk rice thing, they were roasting it. And my opinion was, well, if we don't do it for ourselves, someone's going to capitalize. And even though jerk rice is not a traditional thing for Caribbean people, the jerk is, and that's what they're trying to sell. So we got to capitalize on it. They disagreed. That's what I thought. We went on Instagram Live and we had a big debate, and a good amount of people were following. Maybe 1,000 people were looking and getting involved. It was like a proper heated debate. And it was good, and it sparked a big debate. People were talking about it, messaging, and it was like, okay, that it just felt good. Fast forward, we were driving from Leeds to Wolverhampton. No, yeah, Leeds to Wolverhampton. One of that. I think we were going from Leeds to Wolverhampton, and we were like, all had our own individual cars, and Dizzle was driving along the motorway like a madman, and like he cut me up. I got so mad, and then this happened.
Go night night.
Hold that, Dizzle.
Go night night.
This is what man get when they violate. When they violate, they get annihilated.
Look, can you hear the breath? Can you hear the breath? Hear the breath.
So after that little mess about scrap that we had and the debate that we had, what you found was that like we just had a good relationship, solid, like the five of us. We just was all getting on, and everywhere we would go backstage, sit in the green room, chat, like forget about the phones. Sometimes you go in them places and everyone's just on their phone, but we were just discussing things and just chatting. It was a good look. And then in the London show in Clapham Grand, Dizzle came up to me and was like, you know what? We should take this up. We should do a podcast because we get on, we talk a lot, it's funny. I think people should see it. Again, as I said earlier, like I've done podcasts. I'm on it. I've been waiting to do another podcast with people that are serious, because one of the major issues with podcasting is that you get involved with people and they're all on it, and then 2-3 weeks later, they're not up for the commitment, because it is a big commitment. So we're cool. Let's do it. So I sprung into action, sorted out studio, sorted out this, sorted out that. And at first, we were coming up with all sorts of names. But Dizzle and I are chalk and cheese. Like we get on very well, but we're completely different. Love him like a brother. So he's like a big brother, but he was an idiot. And I'm like his little moany brother. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm not even moany. I'm only moany when you compare me to him. Do you get what I'm saying? So it was like, cool, chalk and cheese. It just came. This was like, yeah, chalk and cheese. Like, cool. Spoke to everyone else. Everyone was on it. Because we had been speaking about it like briefly, but like this was the most serious time. So we all got involved. We got it cracking January 2019 when it started. And we've never looked back since. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so another question that a lot of people are asking me is, why did Shabba leave the chalk and cheese? And I think people are expecting like a big, massive, like drama, but he just had other things doing. He just was focusing on other things, and he couldn't commit. And as I said, it takes a lot of commitment for this. We're on 87 weeks. 87 weeks, week in, week out, like it's a lot. It's a lot of commitment. And we fund ourselves. We do it all ourselves. You know what I mean? So if you're going to be involved, you have to invest. So at that particular time, I don't think he was like in the right space to commit to this podcast. He had his other plans, and splitting himself to try and do both wouldn't work. So he parted ways. So good luck to him, whatever he's doing. And then it was the four of us for a while, and then we had Kane on as a guest. So I saw Kane at a comedy show, and I was like, "Right, you need to come and be a guest on the podcast." Came, and it just worked. We all know Kane for years. Again, individually, we've got our own relationship with Kane. So when he came, he just gelled. And funny enough, he was talking about, doing something similar himself anyway. Like he had some plans in his mind that he wanted to do something like that. So I'm like, bro, link up. And then I spoke to the other guys. Everyone was up for it. And and then Kane. And it feels as if Kane has been here from the beginning. Do you get what I'm saying? Doesn't feel like the new member. He feels like he just fits in, and it's all good. Another question that I've been asked quite a lot is, how did you get the name C6? Yeah, when I was 18, I bought a car, and I bought a private number plate to go on the car. I was a bit bossy back then. And the number plate was C, which is the initial to my first name, 6, and then had a couple other letters after. So And the only reason I did that, I wanted to get C1, but that wasn't available. So I ended up getting C6 because I think it looked better. And yeah, just driving around, people be like, "Oh, I saw you today. Where? Oh yeah, I saw C6 driving past." Where? You get what I'm saying? And literally it just stuck from there. My friends started calling me C6, C6. And how the spelling came about, it used to be just C6. So when I was DJing and I started to be on flyers and stuff, it would just be C6. That's just two letters, like a letter and a number. And it was just it was this small on the flyer, and I was like, nah. So I wanted my presence on the flyer to be bigger, but I didn't want to change my name. So I spelled it out, and then hence C6. So yeah, nothing major, but that's the little story behind it. All right, so I've got a question here that says, who frustrates you the most out of the chalk and cheese guys, and why? I'm not sure. We've all got our little ways about us that I probably get on each other's nerves. Dizzle, but Dizzle intentionally winds me up. As I said, from the beginning, our relationship has been like that, where he will wind me up and I will react to him. And I think the more I react, the more he winds me up. And I keep falling for the bait. I just keep falling for it. So I guess that's Dizzle. Dizzle's the one for that. He probably frustrates me the most because I know better and I keep falling for it. But I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change. Oh, all right. So here was another question, yeah. And the question was, why don't I ever smile? And I feel like that's a mad question because there are some people that just smile. Even when they got fucked up teeth and whatever, they just smile. They're smilers. And then you got people that have just got the serious face, and you know what they call it, like the resting face. It's real serious. I don't know. I don't know. Like I smile when things make me smile, and I laugh when things make me laugh. But when when none of those things are happening, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? This is just my face. But I'm happy. I'm happy. So for some of the plans I have for Let Me Land, I'm going to be doing some interviews. I've already lined up a couple. But if there's anybody that you want me to interview, again, send me that. And then be elaborating us on topics. So again, if you have any topics, questions, dilemmas, again, feel free, hit me up right here. And then we'll get it cracking. So yeah, this is Flight 001. And we have landed safely. Until next time, people. Peace.